Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Tips for EFL Teachers. Here we're sharing some tips and ideas about how to improve your performance as a teacher of English. Our topic today is about reading, how to make your reading lesson more interactive and communicative. The first thing you should consider is that the reading lesson has 3 stages: pre-reading stage, while reading stage, and post-reading stage. Pre-reading stage prepares the students for what they're going to read. So here you don't ask them to start reading, but you prepare them for reading by activating their prior knowledge and by arousing their interest. Of course, there are many activities you can use at this stage. I will give you examples. Have students look at the title, the pictures, captions, charts, or graphs if there are any. Then introduce the theme of the text and ask students to tell you what they know about this topic. You can ask them, what kind of text is it? Is it a magazine article? Is it a story? Is it a newspaper article? Is it an email? And so on. Also, you can ask the students to make their own predictions about the topic they are going to read. You can ask them some questions that arouse their interest. And here at this stage you can introduce the new vocabulary, but there is a very important point here you have to consider. Don't pre-teach all the new vocabulary. Focus on key vocabulary and have students guess the meaning of words while reading later on. You can also use techniques like skimming and scanning. Skimming is used to understand the gist or the main idea. So you can ask the students to run their eyes quickly across the whole text to get the main idea. Scanning is used to find a particular piece of information. You can ask the students to search quickly for a specific piece of information in the text. Now let's talk about while reading stage. Here you can ask the students to read silently, but remember, they should read with a purpose. I mean, you can prepare some tasks for them to do while reading, so they are reading for something. For example, you can give them some statements to decide if they are false or true. You can give them some matching exercises so they can match the words to their meanings, definitions, synonyms, antonyms, or pictures, whatever. You can give them some sentences to rearrange, to put them in the correct order. You can give them some sentences with deliberate mistakes and you ask them to identify the mistakes. You can give them some fill-in-the-blanks exercises. And of course, while reading, they have to underline the difficult words. These activities help students to focus and to understand the text better. And of course, they can be done individually, in pairs, or in groups. Here comes a question. Should we ask the students to read the text aloud? When the purpose is to understand the text, don't tell your students to read aloud. Students don't usually concentrate on the content when they read aloud. But if you want to check students' pronunciation, reading aloud is a good activity. Now let's move to the last stage, which is post-reading stage. Here you give the students opportunities to use what they have learned from the reading passage. So you can end your lesson with activities that integrate the reading skill with other skills like speaking and writing. Here are some ideas you can use. You can give them some comprehension questions to answer. You can ask them to summarize the text. If the text is a story, you can ask them to act out the events from the story or to retell the story. Ask them to read quickly to spot the different parts of a speech. For example, tell them, give me as many verbs as you can, as many adjectives as you can, as many adverbs as you can, and so on. You can divide them into groups and ask each group to prepare a task for other students, like fill in the gaps or matching exercises or whatever. Ask them to retell the story with a different ending. You can also ask them to use the information from the reading passage to complete a certain project. They can use the key expressions in dialogues. They can have conversations and discussions about what they have just read. As you can see, there are many activities you can use at this stage, and they are very beneficial because they integrate the reading skill with other skills. These were my tips for today. Thank you for listening. If this is the first time you found my channel, be sure to subscribe and tap the bell so that you receive notification anytime a new video is published. Thank you very much. Bye.